Good Monday morning to you, or whatever day or time you happen to watch this. It is April 1st. This is not April Fool's. This is April. It's April 1st, second quarter. Let's go. My goodness, that first quarter went by like shoo. I want to share my lessons from this past week. Doing what you love is good for you and your family. If you do what you love, you'll never have to work a day again in your life. Doing what you love makes a difference because it doesn't feel like work. Okay? That's my first lesson. And my second lesson is ask for help. It can be hard, especially if you're the person who's always the helper. So to my go-to people, it can be hard to ask for help. Believe me, I know. It can be very hard to ask for help. I realized that had I asked for help a long time ago, I wouldn't be so far down this path that I don't want to be down. Had I asked for help, right? So it's okay to ask for help, all right? Sometimes you need help, and that's okay, especially if you're the person that's always helping everybody. Sometimes you need help too. And the only way you're going to get that if you open your mouth and you ask, all right? My lesson, that's really just one big lesson I learned last week. He got up so you can get up too. Yesterday was Resurrection Sunday. He got up. You can get up too. Sometimes we go through things and we just feel like we can't get back up. We feel like it's the end of the world. It's like it's over. You just done. You just done wipe your hands with it, right? He got up so you can get up. You can get up too, right? So that's just a reminder. Yesterday was a reminder that you can get up too. I'm telling you can get up. You got to be willing to get up. You got to be willing to ask for what you need, right? You may need some help. Help me get out of this place right here because I don't want to stay here. All right. And then number 4. If your spiritual, this is a question that I heard. I was like, Is your spiritual life on life support? Is your spiritual life on life support? Sometimes life can hit us with so many blows and so many things, and our spiritual life just declines. Like we don't pray like we used to pray. We don't talk to God. We don't go to church. Whatever your thing is, you don't do it. Like you don't do it. So that was just a question to just reflect on. Is your spiritual life on life support? Because things are going to happen. They are. Life is going to life, okay? And God is going to be Godding. So just really a check-in reminder, like what is your spiritual life on life support, and what are you going to do to get it off life support, right? I make sure that I am feeding my spiritual life every day. Every day when I get out here, I'm about to go listen to the word. I got a couple sermons I'm going to listen to from yesterday, and that is how I feed my spiritual life. Also Bible study, also devotion. That's how I gotta constantly feed that spiritual life. Because if not, then life will be life, and it'll be knocking me out. It'll be knocking me out, taking me out, and I'll just be like, I can't do this and I can't do that. While all this stuff happening, like stuff will be happening, and I won't be able to recover from it because my spiritual life is on life support. So whenever you go through stuff and your spiritual life is not on life support, then you're like, you know what? It's going to be all right. Either it's going to be all right or it's going to be all right. I don't know when. I just know that it's going to be all right because I trust and I believe in him. And I know that I know that we go through things to build our character, to build our faith muscle, right? And I think about all the time. I think back all the times that he brought me through, and I didn't think I was gonna come out on the other side. I was like, oh my goodness, and he brought me through. So I reflect on the times that he did come through, and I'm just reminded of that because I am the evidence, right? And there's so much evidence all around us. He came through for so many people. So many people had cancer, and they no longer have cancer. So many people have been in accidents. They almost died, and they didn't die. So it's so much evidence all around us. I just take inventory of that. And then another question that really just knocked me off my my horse was, what does your emotional health got to do with it? So when it comes to, I can just really correlate this also with your spiritual life, because your emotional health has everything to do with it. Because if you're not good emotionally, things are going to happen and you're just going to be a mess. You're going to be an emotional roller coaster. You're going to be like, oh my, everything is going to get to you. When your emotional health, what is your emotional health got to do with it? Everything. Had I not been working on myself and my emotional intelligence, the stuff that would be that's happening in my life will literally just it would just knock me off. It would just knock me off and out, and I wouldn't be able to recover from it. So that's why I'm so glad that I have been working on these areas. So when I took this emotional health quiz, I'm good. I am good. I was like, wow. And I realized that by the decisions that I'm making. Because when you are clear emotionally, when you have emotional health, you make clearer, better, more informed decisions. You're not all over the place. You're not worrying about what people say, what people think, people being mean, you're not worried about nothing else. You got your eyes on the prize. And you know that God is with you, right? You know that when you take care of your emotional health, that's your wealth, right? I realized when I found myself being emotionally drained, I'm like, wait a minute, let me look at this right here. Because I know I don't want to stay in this area, right? I realized I was going for my master's in clinical mental health counseling. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't like this feeling. I don't want to continue to feel like this throughout my career, working with people. Like, no, your emotional health is your wealth, right? Doing what you love is good for you and your family. So a lot of times when you're in different positions and jobs and you just hate it, you just so burnt out, so frustrated, it spills over into your family. It spills over into your health. You start to have anxiety, you start to have depression, you start to have health issues. Your health is your wealth. Your emotional health has everything to do with it, right? Because when you're good emotionally, you make better decisions. People want to be around you, right? If you're moody and mad and all over the place, people are like, I don't know who we're going to get today, right? So it is imperative that you work on that area, because life is going to life. There are going to be people who leave. There are going to be people who come. People are going to pass. Stuff is going to happen. You see it happen. It's so much stuff happening right now. And so it is taking a lot of people by storm. It's really just knocking them off, and they're going through it. They have depression, they have anxiety, they're frustrated, they're overwhelmed, they're burnt out. Emotional health matters. Emotional health, you got to make sure that cup is full at all times. So I just wanted to share that because it has everything to do with it. A lack of emotional health leads to depression, anxiety, overwhelm, burnt out, frustration, all of the things. Okay, a lack of emotional health. I was so glad she shared that information with us, because it's something that, you never know what you need to hear until you hear it. And I was like, man, I am so glad that I've been doing the work, that I am in the work. I am consistently, that area right there, emotional intelligence, that's my area right there. I love talking about it. I love sharing what I'm learning in real time. I always post it on my page, things that I'm learning that are blowing my mind. I'm like, I got to share this with people. They got to know this. I want to teach that. And so I just wanted to share my lessons with y'all from this past week and just say, whew, last week was something else. A lot of clarity, a lot of decisions made, and just know that your decisions aren't written in stone. So say you're doing something and you don't want to do it no more. Please stop now. Okay? Quit doing things that other people want you to do and start doing what you want to do. Okay? A lot of times we're doing things because somebody told us we should do it. At least that was my story. Or we're doing things because we've gotten so far and we don't want to seem like a quitter. Well, I'd rather quit doing the wrong things so I can do the right things. Okay? So that's all I got this morning. I hope you all have an amazing week, amazing quarter 2. Let's go.